to Rathkeale, County Limerick, as the Triton Showers National Rally Championship reaches the halfway mark. So far, Sam Moffat has taken 62 of the 63 points available to him, and he has been setting blistering times. But there's a serious lineup rolling out here today to challenge him on his road to the championship title.
With the rallying season nearing its peak, there was a fabulous lineup of cars and crews for the Rathkeale House Hotel Lions of Limerick Circuit of Munster Rally. But the question on everybody's lips was, can anyone stop Sam Moffat's march to the title?
Mixed weather conditions and predicting when the Triton Showers will fall could mean the difference between victory and defeat. And with any of the top 10 cars here able to take a win, there simply is no margin for error.
Really going to have to try hard again today. There's a few guys there, Declan and Donna especially, who's not going to give us an inch. So another big push this morning. Hopefully it'll give us a gap.
Donna, you were the closest to Sam in the last round. So important to get out of the blocks quickly this morning.
Yeah, well, we say close now. Still wasn't close enough. Sam is he is the pace setter this year, and he obviously has raised his game, and we're all chasing him.
Declan Boyle's season so far had been dogged by engine trouble in his Fiesta WRC, but the Donegal man was confident the issue was sorted for Munster.
You've had some problems overall, but today the setup's looking good.
Yeah, the setup's good. The setup's always been good. The problem we had was the engine, but it definitely is all firing in 4 cylinders now.
Do you think it'll all come down to tactics?
No, these one-day events, I'm not sure. I mean, they're very much sprint-based. You know, it's not like you're going to Donegal where you have 3 days to think about. It's very much you get into the car and you go as hard as you can go from stage 1 and see where the chips fall. But the weather here is going to be changeable. It's going to make tyre choice difficult. So, you know, maybe there might be a bit of tactics in that.
There's a lot of talk about showers today. The weather looks quite changeable. Your thoughts?
Well, today's day now we could do without showers, in fairness. Like, you know, especially after morning, the way the showers came and went on. I think today is going to be very similar. But look, if we could hold off and get the first loop over, it'll be great. But we're in Ireland.
Clerk of the course, Kieran Ambrose and his team at the Limerick Motor Club have laid on a loop of 3 demanding stages, repeated 3 times. Stage 1, Dramada, begins outside the town of Newcastle West and traverses Sugar Hill before moving south for Stage 2, Caherbeg. Stage 3, Strand, finishes off the loop, followed by servicing in Newcastle West. With intermittent heavy showers, it was Donna Kelly who coped best with conditions to lead after the opening loop in his Ford Focus WRC. He wasn't quickest out of the blocks though, as he was second to Sam Moffat on stage 1 before setting fastest times on stage 2 and 3 to edge into a 3.1 second lead. Championship points leader Moffat had local man Keith Moriarty calling the notes in the Fiesta WRC, and after starting off so well on stage 1, Sam was disappointed to let his early advantage slip on the next 2. With his Fiesta's engine back on song after a trip to M Sport, Declan Boyle was hoping to see a marked improvement on his times, but the Donegal man was over 20 seconds off the lead in third and felt the suspension was set too hard for the Limerick country lanes.
And a 3 right, cut the speed for 4 right in the gate, cut, and then a stop and go 5 left. Stop and go 5 left, 250 down the middle, to stop then 6 right, double tightens at the sign here, and then 6 right drive it clean over gravel on the junction. Come on. Clean, clean. 1 left, absolute 100. Care ahead, 3 right over crest, go light, cut the speed, no distance, wipe out 6 left.
A popular rally in its own right, the Circuit of Munster always attracts some extra crews using the event as a warm-up for the Donegal International, and content to be holding 4th overall was Alistair Fisher in the Fiesta R5. Winner of last year's Donegal International, Manus Kelly, was 5th overall in the Subaru S12B and felt he had picked the wrong tyres for the opening loop.
Manus, it's great to have you back. How are you finding it today?
Very tough this morning, out in the wrong tyres, Olive, but that stage suited us a bit better. We got into a wee bit more of the rhythm, so we're looking forward to this one now.
Losing out to Manus by just half a second in Donegal last year, Keith Cronin was trailing Kelly by 2.5 seconds in his Ford Fiesta R5. Now 7th, Desi Henry had been in 5th overall after stage 1, but an excursion into a ditch on stage 2 cost the Antrim driver over 30 seconds as he played catch-up in a Skoda Fabia R5.
And a flat 6 right. And a flat 6 left. 100 slowing over crest C, 1 left. Watch it at the chevron. Well, on 60. 2 right. 2 right here.
It was a frustrating morning for defending champion Roy White also. The Tipperary man picked the wrong tyres for the opening loop and struggled for grip and confidence in his Fiesta WRC. Josh Moffat's confidence wasn't helped by this stage 3 spin as he worked his way back to form after his off at the last round in Monaghan. He held 9th overall and 4th in R5. 5th in the R5 class was US-based Irishman Paul Rowley, who had Brian Doherty navigating in the Citroën DS3. 6th in class was the Antrim leash pairing of John Mulholland and Jeff Case in a Skoda Fabia.
2 left over long crest, OK, 300. 3 left, 80. Long 3 left after.
Niall Maguire stalled his Triton Subaru WRC on the opening stage and slipped to 23rd overall before fighting back to 10th place on the following 2 stages.
Right into Windbush, 100. 1 right over crest, 140. Right 200. 2 right into big 3 and 4 right. 100. Repeat, 4 right here. 100. 1 right. 300.
Triton teammate Kevin Barrett had worse luck as he had to retire with mechanical trouble on the opening loop. Also out was Kevin's son Paul Barrett, whose Vado-backed Group N Impreza developed mechanical issues early on. A disappointing day for the championship sponsors. There was trouble of a different sort for Group N championship leader David Guest, who told Olive where it all went wrong.
David, problems for you so far?
Yeah, we had a good run in the first stage, and then halfway through the second stage we ended up in a drain for a couple of minutes, so lucky there was a good few spectators there. We got out, but we dropped 2.5 minutes, so that kind of put an end to our day. So look, we'll try to get around now. We might get 3rd place points, and it's better than nothing.
The conditions were proving difficult to master for many, as Neil Tohill found out on stage 3.
It's been a tough day between the wet weather and slippy stages, but we've tried a different tyre now, so we're going to go out now and see if we can get a bit of time back off Shane on this loop.
7.8 seconds ahead of Neil was the Mitsubishi of Shane Maguire. The former Group N national champion was 2nd in class and 13th overall. Former Tarmac Group N champion Colin Murphy was leading the class and 11th overall, not bad for his first rally in 3 years. Topping the 2-wheel drive standings was Vivian Hamill, who held 12th overall, with Denver Rafferty calling the notes in the 2.5 litre Escort. 9.3 seconds adrift in the 2 litre Mark II was local crew Stephen Vaughan and Chris O'Donnell, who were 14th overall. 3rd in the 2-wheel drive battle were Frank Kelly and Mick Cody in the 2.5 litre Baby Blue. Just 3.9 seconds in arrears was a similar machine of Cork crew Colin Byrne and Stephen Quinn. Best of the front-wheel drive machines was the Class 2 Peugeot 208 of William Creighton and Liam Regan. 2nd in Class 2 was the Fiesta R2 of Keith Lyons, who was enjoying his local stages for the most part.
2nd and 3rd stage are lovely. 1st stage, not so much at the moment, but yeah, very enjoyable though. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting out there again.
And is Corey giving you some advice?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's the man. You should see him in a car. Very quick.
The need for speed runs in the family as Keith's dad, Ken Lyons, was out in his trusty Mark II. The Lyons family sponsoring the event through their Lions of Limerick Jaguar and Land Rover car dealership.
4th in your class at the moment, Ken?
Yeah, we're 4th in our class and we're happy enough to be there. I'd have settled for that at the start of the rally, but we got up a few places above that, so I got a bit greedy, so I'm going to see if I can win back those places.
The junior class really was one to watch in this year's championship, with the 3 different winners from the opening 3 rounds all locking horns once again in Munster. Leading the class after 3 stages was the Civic of Monaghan's Johnny Traynor.
Crest, only 80 to toward 5 right. Long fast 3 left into crest, only 80 toward 5 right. And in 4.8 up. And 4.8 uphill and 100 out of it.
Brian Brady's Civic was already showing signs of misadventure, and the Meath driver was over 30 seconds further back. Last year's junior runner-up, Michael Boyle, was a further 11 seconds back after 3 stages. But back at the top of the overall leaderboard, it was Donna Kelly who held a slender lead over Sam Moffat, with Declan Boyle, Alistair Fisher and Manus Kelly still all in the mix at the Circuit of Munster.
It's all to play for, nip and tuck between Sam Moffat and Donna Kelly at the moment. We'll have to wait and see after the break.
Welcome back to Limerick for part 2 of the Rathkeil House Hotel Lions of Limerick Circuit of Munster Rally. The fans gathered in the changeable conditions as the crews prepared to tackle their second run through the loop of 3 stages. Despite some launch control issues in his Focus WRC, rally leader Donna Kelly continued where he left off and set fastest time on stage 4 to increase his advantage over Moffat to 6.4 seconds. In a reversal of the morning loop, Moffat then responded with 2 quickest times of his own to move into the lead, which stood at just 2.1 seconds after stage 6. 2-time championship winners Declan and Brian Boyle seemed to have their Fiesta WRC set up better for the second loop and were just 0.2 of a second off Kelly on stage 4. Sadly, a puncture on stage 5 cost them several minutes and they decided to withdraw. Their demise promoted Alistair Fisher and Gordon Noble into 3rd place, albeit over a minute off the top spot. Up to 3rd in the 2-wheel drive battle was local driver Ed Sinan, with Kerryman Dennis O'Connell on the notes. Frank Kelly was now up to 2nd in class, but felt his tyres were going off towards the end of the loop. Vivian Hamill's fine drive continued without issue as he extended his class lead to 31.5 seconds and held 11th overall.
Changeable conditions this morning and was tricky, but we just kept ahead and looked at the times here now and we're not that far away, so it's good.
Back at service in Newcastle West, there was work to be done if Donna Kelly was going to regain the lead from Sam Moffat, who had also just learned that he'd won the Triton Showers Drive of the Day award for his fastest time on stage 5.
Sam, leading after the first 2 loops, you must be delighted.
Absolutely, you know, Donna's been pushing us hard and thankfully in stage 5 and 6 we got some fastest times in there to get the lead back.
And an extra accolade under your belt?
Yeah, we got the shower in stage 5, so delighted now I can get a new shower up in the house.
Donna, nip and tuck the whole way along between yourself and Sam. He's just ahead of you.
Yeah, we've no launch control. It's playing up since stage 3. So dropping maybe a second or so on the start line. Rubber is a little bit soft now for the last 2. Could do with a wee bit more rain. Try and make the right choice of tyre now and give it a rattle the last 3, see if we can reel him in again.
Alistair, you're holding 3rd after those 2 loops. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, it's been a good day so far. Everybody's pushing pretty hard, so we've had to keep things going, but hopefully it stays dry for the last loop now. I think there's a bit of a weather front coming in, but hopefully we can get over the last one.
The weather was looking like it would hold, much to the delight of the spectators. But before we find out who took the overall honours, let's turn to the class battles now. And taking 3rd in the junior class were Michael Boyle and Dermot McCafferty from Donegal. Brian Brady and Leonard Chute's eventful drive netted 2nd in the juniors, despite a number of hair-raising moments along the way in the Honda Civic. It proved a comfortable victory at the end for Johnny Traynor and Adrian Foley, their 2nd win of the season.
200 into 1 left, uphill in the jump, 200. 200 in the square rate. In the square rate go.
Good run, smooth day, you know. Happy to be back winning on the podium, so everything went well. I'm happy to be here, you know.
In the historic class, Morris and Stephen Meskill finished 2nd and clearly enjoying flinging their Escort Mark 1 around their home stages.
2 left over Chris jump here, 170 over bumps, and then turning hairpin left after it. Turning hairpin left, 60, and 3 left. So hairpin left, 60 and 3 left. Up, all right. 3 left here.
Former historic champions PJ O'Dowd and John Young brought another class trophy back to Kerry in their Talbot Sunbeam. In Class 1, Gary Carroll took home a win with Tony McCarthy navigating in the Honda Civic. In Class 2, Keith Lyons lost a spot when his Fiesta punctured on stage 8, and he had to settle for 3rd place as his father Ken Lyons and navigator Paddy McDonald squeezed by to take 4th in Class 13 in their Mark II Escort. Cork crew Stephen Carey and Nicole Roycroft took 2nd in Class 2 in their Ford Fiesta. But taking the Class 2 win were top front-wheel drive crew William Creighton and Liam Regan in the Peugeot 208. In Class 3, the Honda Integra of Paul McHugh and David Mannion took a convincing win. It was a convincing win in Class 9 too for local crew Pat Ryan and Jack Dalton in the Mark II Escort. Cork men Conan O'Riordan and Kevin Healy were dominant winners of Class 10 in their Peugeot 306. Impressing the locals on their home stages were Ger Lyons and Stephen O'Brien, who took 3rd in Class 11F.
Left, 100 past the house, 5 left, keep in, 5 right, only 120, brake early for 1 right plus. 3 left over the finish. Oh yeah, one. 3 left, heightened. That was beautiful. 2 right, stop. That was class. What a stage, lovely.
Kerry crew Darren Young and Sean Walsh took 2nd in Class 11F in another Honda Civic, but taking the top spot in the front-wheel drive 1600cc class was Cork crew Derek Butler and Patrick Murphy. Winning the 1600cc rear-wheel drive Class 11R battle was the Toyota Starlet of Colin Roach and Derry Long from Cork. In Class 12, the Starlet of local crew Jared Deneen and Martin Breen only managed to complete 1 stage before retiring with mechanical trouble. Dennis and Donald Deneen had better luck to finish 3rd in Class 12 in their Mark II Escort. Fellow Limerick crew Liam Mulcair and Jimmy Kiley took the runner-up spot in their similar machine. But taking the Class 12 win and finishing 21st overall was Derry crew Eamon McGuigan and Michael Moran. Having challenged for the top 2-wheel drive spot in their Class 13 machine, there was a disappointing retirement on the final loop for local crew Stephen Bond and Chris O'Donnell. Limerick Motor Club chairman Aidan Walsh took 4th in Class 13 with Tommy O'Connor calling the notes.
150, turn hairpin right, 2 bales inside. It's tight. 40 out of it. That's it, let away you go. Fast 4 left up, go 100 up, plus 4 left, and hairpin right 80.
Derry man Tommy O'Connell finished 3rd in Class 13 with Monaghan's Emma Cherry navigating in the 2-litre Escort. Tim Enright and Dorena Joyce had a fantastic drive to finish 15th overall and took 2nd in Class 13, just missing out on the top spot by 0.8 of a second to class winners Sean Moran and Jonathan Keane from Limerick.
Sean, top points in the championship for the 2-wheel drive.
Yeah, we're delighted with that now, so we are. So we had a bit of an eventful day, but we got there in the end anyway, so couldn't be happier now. So a long time trying to win the class in the local one, so it eventually came after a while anyway, so it pays off.
In Class 14 there was drama on the final loop as local man Ed Synan retired with mechanical trouble in his 2.5-litre machine. It would be a longer journey home for Frank Kelly as the Tyrone driver also bowed out on the penultimate test. Having suffered mechanical trouble of their own on the opening stage, John McQuaid and Thomas Traynor showed great resilience to fight back from 88th overall to finish 3rd in Class 14 and 20th overall. Going 1 place better were Colin Byrne and Stephen Quinn from Cork. But hanging the rest out to dry in the 2-wheel drive battle were class winners Vivian Hamill and Denver Rafferty, who finished 11th overall in the Escort. To the 4-wheel drive classes now, and winning Class 15 in their Subaru Impreza were Galway crew Pat and Jonathan Kelly. Scotsman Lee Hastings took his first Class 20 win of the season, with Alistair Wiley calling the notes once again in the Subaru Impreza. In Group N, there was drama on the final loop as Dubliners Neil and Gerard Tohill exited the rally in dramatic fashion on stage 7. Taking second in Group N and 12th overall was Shane Maguire, with his dad Niles, multiple championship winning navigator Paul McLaughlin calling the notes. But leading Group N from start to finish were Colin Murphy and Don Montgomery, who finished 10th overall in their Subaru.
They say driving's like cycling a bike, and I came back, but I was just lucky with the conditions today. I was lucky with the car. Monty was on tune with the notes. Stages happened to be a little bit local, which maybe helped me a bit. But, you know, I'm happy to be here, but I won't take away from the guys. I mean, they have a championship, I don't.
Taking maximum points in his hunt for a second Motorsport Safety Team Group N title was Monaghan's Shane Maguire.
Shane, you're taking the win in the Group N.
Yeah, well, we took top points today. Colin Murphy won the Group N overall today, but we're delighted to get top points for the championship and look forward to the next round now.
Shane's father, Niall Maguire, finished 9th overall, with local man Anthony Nestor calling the notes in the Subaru Impreza WRC. Josh Moffat and James Fulton were glad to get an 8th place finish under their belt after crashing out at the last round. Antrim crew Desi Henry and John Rowan brought their Skoda Fabia R5 home in 7th place. Less than a second ahead and 6th were defending national champions Roy White and James O'Brien in the Fiesta WRC. The first outing on tarmac for Keith Cronin and Mike Galvin in a new Fiesta R5 netted 5th overall for the Cork Kerry pairing. Donegal crew Manus Kelly and Gareth Doherty secured 4th overall in their Subaru S12B WRC. Alistair Fisher and Gordon Noble were top R5 crew home and would be well pleased with 3rd overall as they prepared for the Donegal International. Donna Kelly and Conor Foley did their best to reel in Sam Moffat and Keith Moriarty on the final loop, setting fastest time on stage 8, but it wasn't enough and they had to settle for the runner-up spot in their Focus WRC. Moffat and Moriarty won the Circuit of Munster by over 12 seconds in the end, with Sam securing the extra bonus point on the power stage in the process. It's Sam's 4th straight win in the championship, and the delight was clear to see back at rally headquarters at the Rathkeil House Hotel.
Sam, you're taking yet another win here. Ravens Rock, if you take a win there, you will be crowned the champion.
Yeah, you know, we've had a phenomenal start to the season, so yeah, really looking forward to the next one. And, you know, to sum up this day, it was just very good. Donna gave us a real hard battle all day, and weather conditions was really hard, so just glad to get it over and done with now.
Donna, nip and tuck all day long between yourself and Sam. Are you a happy man?
I am indeed, yes. We had a great race, and but Sam in the last 3 now, he really did up the pace. Yeah, I was chasing him, you know, went after him on stage 8.
You went ahead of him?
Yeah, there was 0.1 of a second, you know, but for all the effort, it was going to take a big push in the last one to do anything. So just took it steady through the last stage, and yeah, delighted with the day, delighted with the pace, and great race.
And there's confirmation of the result, which sees Sam extend his championship lead to 24 points over Roy White. And the Monaghan man needs just one more win to secure the national title.
The Circuit of Munster developed into a huge battle between Sam Moffat and Donna Kelly. They were trading the lead over and back all day long. And ultimately it came down to 12.4 seconds and Sam took the win. Will he be crowned our champion for 2017? We'll find out when we go to Ravens Rock. Do join us next time. We'll see you then.